Hello, this is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, part of Redbud Realty and Associates. And what I want to go over today is a little unusual. And this is about real estate, but it's also about the thickness of files and what it means. This is a normal file. This is a file where I have a house that somebody has equity in. I worked with the buyer, and you can see that it's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. That's a normal sale. Well, okay. Now, I want you to look at this one. This one's not what you would call a normal file. Matter of fact, this is a file that's going to get bigger. It hadn't even closed yet. What this is a short sale. And by the time we get it closed, it's going to be about 25% larger. In other words, we can probably add another ½ inch or so onto it. This is what we go through to do a short sale. And by the way, this is one of the easier short sales. By that I mean there's only a single mortgage on the property. Sometimes we have two mortgages. Sometimes we have tax liens, or we have a homeowners association that we have to deal with. And the size of that file can easily double. So there's nothing simple about short sales. And that's what the file indicates. So, you know, I see so often that somebody has a friend in real estate and they're in desperate trouble in Oklahoma City and they need to avoid foreclosure, and they think, well, I'll use a friend. And it's nice to have friends. I got a lot of friends, and it's good to have a support system. But you know something? If I was a friend, I'd say, you know, I don't want to help you. It's not that I just don't absolutely want to. I just can't. I don't know how to do it. If you see the size of that file, you understand the amount of hard work that goes into a short sale by a realtor. You should also understand the amount of expertise that's required in getting a short sale done. I don't have time for a 2-hour video right now about all the problems that we've had to encounter in various situations. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of detail. Every lender is different. But from the size of that file, you understand there's a whole lot more work to be done. And just like anything, you should go with a specialist. Now, there's a lot of realtors out there that are good people, and I think they're good realtors, and they're kind of like a general practitioner, you know, like your immediate doc that you go to and you say, you know, doc, I got this rash. And the doctor looks at it and says, well, you know, I think you ought to see this dermatologist because they specialize in this. And it may be just, you know, something simple, irritation from soap, but you need to go to them to find out. Doing a short sale is one of those examples in real estate where you really absolutely need to go to a specialist, because that specialist is going to understand what it takes to relieve you from foreclosure. And relieving you from foreclosure gets you back into a house faster, which means it's going to be cheaper to own than it's to rent. It's going to keep you out of the potential for a deficiency judgment where the lender sues you for their loss. It keeps you out of a tax lien where the IRS is going after you, because that forgiveness of debt is not forgiveness at all. It's a taxable event. And so these are the reasons why we work these thick files. Now, another thing that I'll tell you about short sales, because of that thickness of the file, you can understand why most realtors really don't want to do this. And the few ones that want to throw you up against the wall and see if you stick, that's really not a nice feeling. It's going to hurt. So again, what you really need to do is go to a dedicated specialist. There's a lot easier ways to make a living in real estate, but for me and my team, and this is the important thing to know, there's no more satisfying experience that we get than going to a closing and knowing that we have helped someone avoid foreclosure, kept their credit from going even lower. We know that we're going to get them back into housing in a much quicker fashion. We know we're going to relieve them of the anxiety of being sued for the deficiency or the IRS going after them. There's no more satisfying sale than that. That's why it's worth all the work, all the effort, and it is also why we don't mind files getting 2, 3, 4, and 5 times thicker than a regular sale. So if you're a distressed homeowner in the Oklahoma City area, please contact me at joe@joepryor.com or go to our short sale and foreclosure website, avoidforeclosureoklahoma.com, and get the help you need. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.